Afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, wherever you may be. And I have a couple of disclaimers for tonight's proceedings, one of which is a little bit different, but we'll talk about all of that. Let me talk about the first thing that is near and dear to me, as it's been something that's been part of my life since January of this year, but also through the last 10 years with my demyelinating disorder back in 2011. And it's basically multiple sclerosis. The National MS Society is a collective of passionate individuals who want to do something about MS now, to move together towards a world free of multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is comprised of unpredictable and often disabling flare-ups of the central nervous system. Such flare-ups disrupt the flow of information within the brain and between the brain and the body. The National MS Society is the largest private funder of MS researchers in the world, investing more than $1 billion to date. MS stops people from moving, but the National MS Society exists to make sure that MS doesn't. To contact the National MS Society, please call 1-800-344-4867. Once again, 1-800-344-4867. Or go to their website at nationalmssociety.org. Thank you for those who have donated money to this amazing organization. It touches me in so many ways, and I appreciate all of you. Now, the other disclaimer, which is something that I kind of previewed on the show yesterday, in the sense that on Sunday, I am doing an interview with a personal trainer by the name of Stephanie Phillips. She's actually based in Westchester, and she has a lot of great opinions as far as physical health, nutritional health, but also the mind-body connection. So what I'm asking, basically the same assignment from yesterday, is if you have any questions for Stephanie or any questions about personal training, nutritional health, or the mind-body connection, please email me at theventureforward@gmail.com by Sunday. I will be interviewing her on Sunday because this will be recorded for Thursday night's episode. I'm pre-recording Thursday night because I'll be coming off of the Osterfist infusion and also a 7T MRI. So there'll be no live show Thursday night, but it'll be pre-recorded. It will be that interview. So again, any questions you have about nutritional health, personal training, theventureforward@gmail.com. Her website is songwriterstephaniephillips.com, and she can be reached on Instagram at songwriterstephaniephillips. And I will be plugging that again a couple more times during this episode. And on that, let's begin. Or actually, on that, it's time to talk, isn't it? Hey Rex, we're back in the studio. How you feel about that? Ready to do VF Talks? Back in familiar territory and not at an airport or in a hotel room or something? Oh, I can't. Really, Rex? Really? I'd tell you what he would say, but I think you have a guess of what he would say because, it's Rex, a cantankerous triceratops. But you know what this is also? This is the Venture Forward VF Talks. Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning once again, and welcome to VF Talks. I'm JV, and Nat is a cantankerous Triceratops who's been a co-host for a year. And it's going to be a joke that will never grow old, will it? Because, it's Triceratops. You get it. Good to see all of you on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch this evening, or morning, or afternoon, wherever you may be. And we have on YouTube, Jamie with the door prize says hi. And we got Marcus on YouTube who says hi, JV. And we also have Marilyn on YouTube who says good afternoon, everyone, with the waves and the purple hearts. And Jamie has a new nickname for Rex, which I might have to talk to merchandising for, Rexamundo. Rexamundo, see? See Rexamundo? Yeah, maybe. And then it's really weird. I've got this, awesome fun things. I know of an awesome wood things. I know of all things YouTube, but awesome fun things. What's... Oh, that would be the returning champion, Matt Haas.
Here I am. Hello.
Welcome back to the program, sir. Or actually, this is VF Talks. I mean, that's a different program. If we're going to be technical,
it's been such a long time since I've been here. My goodness.
I know it's been a long story, hasn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh, Rich Vibes just slipped in.
Hey, Rich, how are you? So here we are.
Here we are. What's new and exciting?
Well, a couple things happen as if I don't think I was vague booking, to bring in the term from yesterday.
Don't vague book and don't improperly kern things, and you'll be on my good side.
Don't proper spacing and kerning, please. Proper spacing and kerning, please. Two major events this week. One happened earlier in the week. One happened this morning. Okay. Major event number one would be the fact that I have now lived here in Pennsylvania for 8 years. I'm going to year number 9. So that's why there was a picture of the front of my house with a wonderful red tree that is up front, and it just always blossoms the most wonderful leaves, and just
is that
really
a Japanese maple.
I think it could be a Lithuanian maple. I don't know. Could be. I don't know. I should know my horticulture. I don't.
Okay, I'm looking at I paused it during the countdown screen, so I'm looking at the.
Is it a Japanese maple?
Could be. It's hard to tell. It's zoomed out too far.
Okay.
Wait. Is it red all the time, or only when the leaves change?
Only when the leaves change.
It's not a Japanese maple. It would be red all the time.
So then what is it? For 10 points. For 10 points and a chance to pick again.
Well, it's impossible to narrow it down just from a visual inspection of a low-res image.
Well, my phone's going to take offense to that. I don't think.
I can't tell what it is. If I knew, I would tell you.
Kidding. It's fine.
Yeah.
That was the first major event. Yeah.
That was major event number 1.
Major event number 2 is the fact that the scale told me that the journey, or the weight loss portion of the journey, is now complete. Because, thank you. Oh wow, over there. Oh boy, they cut that real quick, didn't they? No. The scale read 180.4, and that's 300 pounds down. And for all intents and purpose, this is done. It's done. Now it's a question of muscle building. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Awesome.
It has been. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been something that I've been fighting for over the last 34 months. I've been at this 34 months, Matt. And
that's commitment.
It is. And I just I'm very, very thankful and blessed for this opportunity, but also meeting all of you. And I'm, I've said this before on the show, but you guys motivate me. You guys definitely motivate me. I know I talk about my story twice a week, and then we do these conversations on Friday, but you definitely, all of you have shared your love and your support, and I can't get enough of that, and I appreciate all of you, and know that I'm always here for you too. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. A couple of quick comments in there. Marcus says, congratulations. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate that. Jamie says, go JV, you badass. Rich says, Matt, you're a touch quieter than JV, but only a smidge.
All right, I just gave myself a little boost. So
There you go.
that's the one. If there's any web developers out there, figure out a way that the guests can have an accurate view of the levels. Because there's no way to do that. No way to do it on Zoom, no way to do it on Ecamm, no way to do it on vMix.
Marilyn says, congratulations, you're amazing. Keep up the good work. And Jamie says, you super motivate me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad we're here for you. I'm glad this community is giving you something positive. Me, I'm just trying to pursue happiness. That's all.
Matt, I got to be honest with you. You're killing it too. I mean, from the time so we went to a Hershey Bears game earlier in the year, and I've seen you on camera and whatnot, but I mean, you're one of the first live streamers. No, actually, you are the first live streamer I got to meet in person, and you've lost weight between then and now. You look fantastic.
Well, thank you. I feel great. I feel fantastic. Speaking of Hershey Bears, I just bought a 2022 season pass to Hershey Park. And it comes with 2 guest passes. And I got the free parking, and I got the free drinks, and I got the free meals. I'm going VIP, baby.
Does that come with Nightmare in the Park?
It has the Halloween and the
Nice
Candy Lane. Yeah.
Nice.
But not 2021. I'll have that.
We have to wait for next year for that.
But yeah, so I figure, why not spend 2022 in the amusement park? Denny, who you know, my friend Denny, he goes there all the time, and the protocol would be he would get free passes from Bears games because they would have free Hershey Park Day. So he would collect all these passes. Like he had 10 guest passes. I don't know how he got them all. It wasn't all from that one venue, but he somehow gets them. And so he takes me and a couple other people, and we go up there and we get on the water rides, and we just do the lazy river. And anyway, we had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun. I'm a kid. I'm just my mind is like a 17-year-old. Like I haven't matured in mental capacity. For all intents and purposes, I am an adult and I have responsibilities, and but as far as basically amusement parks are my thing.
Well, I mean, so truth be told, given the bizarreness of last year and the sort of bizarreness of this year, but also my ever, decreasing body, I guess. This was a year where I went to 3 fairs, maybe 4. And I realized how much I missed it. I missed it a great deal.
Do you like amusement parks?
I love amusement parks. Yeah.
Well, you'll have to use up one of my free passes.
We will definitely talk, and I will pay you back with whatever you want, Fogo or whatever.
Yeah. So anyway.
My goal, by the way, is to make a Fogo reference every remaining episode in 2021. So.
Well, your goal should be to get them to sponsor the show.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Put in a call to the corporate office.
I mean, for the fine people at Fogo, I know there's at least 2 of you that watch this show. If you can put in a call to to Brazil or to the U.S. operations, work out a deal. I will keep on singing your praises for the rest of these shows.
Imagine if we got Fogo and Costco to sponsor the show.
Oh my God.
That would just be too perfect.
Imagine if you had a property so big that you're able to put a Costco and a Fogo in the same place.
You wouldn't have to leave.
That's right. You could probably put a hotel in the back.
Yeah, everything would be in walking distance.
As Jamie said, Fogo de Chao. Ha ha. I believe I know for a fact there's a Fogo in Boston. Just saying, Jamie. Just Just saying.
Well, I got some other news here.
Okay.
So tomorrow and Sunday is the Pennsboro Pumpkin Fest here in my town.
The Pennsboro Pumpkin Fest?
The Pennsboro Pumpkin. So if I walk one block that way, you're at the community park.
That way.
And they have food vendors and craft vendors and entertainment there. There's no carnival games. There's no bingo. There's no rides. That's another event. This is the festival. And what you do is you go there and you just eat your way from one end to the other. And pick up whatever crafts you want. My wallet. I got my duct tape wallet from the Pennsboro Pumpkin Fest from a 15-year-old girl that was selling them. And I was like, that's awesome.
What was the price point from this wallet?
She way underbid it. I'm like, this is ridiculous. First of all, you know me and my neuroses and how particular I am. I wanted it a little bit wider than what she had, so I put in a custom order. So after the Pumpkin Fest, she did the custom order, and then she drove it to her mom, because she's 15, she can't drive, drove to my house and dropped it off. And I think it was $20 that she wanted for it, so I gave her $40, and I was like, just keep it. She was like, what? It's only $20. I'm like, no, look what you did for me. And then she put my initial on. Anyway.
Wow. That's customer service.
It's a cool time. They've got pumpkin rolls are really good.
I like a good pumpkin roll. Who
Funnel
doesn't?
cakes and pumpkin funnel cakes are good. Although I don't get the pumpkin kind. And
Rich says $20. He can't believe how much. It's a bargain. That's a bargain.
Well, yeah, but they were even cheaper on the table. I think they were only like $12. I'm like, these are nice items. Like, what are you doing?
I'm surprised you didn't go up there and said $9.95, not a penny more.
Oh, God. Did you watch Mind Equals Blown yesterday on Brenda G's design?
I caught the replay.
She haggled upward. She's amazing. Anyway,
Jamie is absolutely right. Pumpkin funnel cakes is definitely that's my jam.
Should I try? I've never tried that.
That is my jam. That is my. I love funnel cakes, but I love pumpkin funnel cakes.
See, I'm on the diet, so I don't think I'm gonna do any funnel cakes.
Matt, the thing is, it's all about moderation, and that might be one of the questions you want to submit to theventureforward@gmail.com for my interview with Stephanie on Sunday.
Okay. Can I give you just questions here over the air and not?
Well, I mean, you could just do that. And,
okay.
Yeah. It's a shameless plug. I promised her I try to get this in at least 3 times in the episode. Please send your questions for Stephanie Phillips on personal training and nutritional help to theventureforward@gmail.com by Sunday, and we'll discuss them. This episode will air next Thursday, and there's her website, songwriter StephaniePhillips.com, and she's available on Instagram, songwriter Stephanie Phillips.
Songwriter is an impressive ability.
She is an impressive songwriter.
Very impressive. From my journey into music, just playing a piece back is an enormous feat unto itself. Imagine actually composing it. I mean, that's a difficult thing.
Speaking of songwriter, Sammy Superstar says, "Hey, how are you, Sammy?" and asks, "What is up?" Matt, what is up?
Well, I'm getting ready for the Pumpkin Fest tomorrow. I'm going to see my father. My father's coming up.
Oh, super. There's a super chat, and it doesn't have a name. It just says someone bought a coffee. Whoever bought the coffee, thank you for the coffee. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Thank you very much. I'll say it 5 times.
Thank you for supporting the show. That helps. thumbs up, everybody. If you haven't dropped the thumb, that's free to do.
It's free to do. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yep. So my son is coming up tomorrow with his spaz dog.
Spaz dog. Is that a recognized breed by the American Kennel Society?
That's her temperament. She's a total spaz, which we love dearly. She's a sweetheart dog, but she's a total spaz. So my son's coming up. My father will be here, and we're gonna go as a family to the Pumpkin Fest.
That sounds great. Now, like, I got to go back to this for a second. You talked about pumpkin funnel cake. It's like, that sounds great, but I'm going to go one better. Ready? Ready for this?
For
What about pumpkin whoopie pie?
I'll have to look for them.
Oh, yeah.
They have whoopie pies there. They have everything there. They've got pork pulled sandwiches. They have the crab meat sandwiches, the crab cake sandwiches. Anything you want. Everything from just burgers and fries and coffee and sausage. It's great. I love it.
Do they do the pumpkin chunkin or pumpkin chuckin?
They don't do that, but they have free decorate a pumpkin. They give kids markers and paint markers, and they can paint their pumpkin if you go in that time slot. And we've got the caboose. We have a caboose on site because my town is next to a train yard, the Enola train yard. So there was a classic caboose that they donated to the township, and they fixed it up, put new glass in it, and it's there as a fixture of the town, and it's sort of like a stage. So they'll have performers come on the stage. They'll have belly dancers, and they'll have magic shows, and they'll have comedy, whatever, throughout the event, at different times. And that's a lot of fun.
Jamie says, excuse me, but I have eaten a million pumpkin whoopie pies. Haha. I'm a weirdo because I prefer icing instead of cream cheese frosting. Gotcha. I'm a fan of a pumpkin whoopie pie. Now, I will say, as far as the local scene is concerned around here, I'll go to Rife's over in Lancaster County, the Amish farm stand over there. I think it's Ephrata. Maybe it's not Ephrata, but it's incredible. They have these whoopie pies that are absolutely phenomenal, and they do a pumpkin whoopie pie that is by far really, and it's not overly sweet. It has a really good consistency too. They use a pumpkin sort of cake on top, so it's incredible.
Cool.
See, a plug that's not Fogo. Look at that. I talked about Rife's.
Yeah. So that should be fun. It's always a good time. They'll have other types of vendors there. But I do like the crafts. I like the crafts because I always like to see what people are out there selling, and I like to see what does sell. Of course, you'll have the cutting boards and the signs. They'll have like decorations for Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving. So I do like that. And then if they have like Allstate insurance, I just skip right past that. Who needs
right by. Because like a good neighbor, you can go, screw yourself. I'm just going to walk.
Yeah. But
just kidding, Allstate. You're fine. You're a fine organization. That's the one. Go ahead.
I will force myself not to scream expletives at the one credit union, which I do not like. They were very, very bad to me.
Very, very bad.
I kicked them to the curb.
Jamie asks a really good question. Why are they called plugs in referencing something? Referencing something.
That is a good question. You would have to ask someone in the television industry, because us YouTubers are better than the TV folks.
That's right.
We draw more audience.
So Schubert, if you're watching, think about that, won't you? And by the way, if you can answer that question, let me know. They've been using the term plug for a very long time now. So it's a good question. I wonder why, because maybe you're plugging in the actual message within regular content. Again, that's a guess.
Good question. The answer's out there on the interwebs somewhere.
That's right. As we discussed last night, anything is out there for you to learn. Do I have a second monitor for me to go look at it? No. But it's out there.
I just want to download it into my brain like the Matrix. I don't know how to fly a helicopter. Okay, I'm ready. I don't know Kung Fu. Okay, I'm a black belt.
I thought you were like a Taekwondo master over there.
Yeah. That was something I try and forget.
Okay, we won't talk about it ever again.
Well, I mean,
We'll talk about Tai Chi. How's Tai Chi?
Techniques are good. Just it was a mental, moral challenge to get through that experience of my life.
Matt, how's your yoga game?
I would have to start yoga before I told you how it's going.
Good point. Jamie says, I've heard shameless plug a lot lately.
Yeah.
That's something I kind of brought to this community. The shameless plug.
If you're not going to market yourself, who the heck will?
That's right. That's right. But like, I got in trouble for shameless plugging.
Oh,
And some people know exactly who is mad about my shameless plugs.
my goodness, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I apologize copiously about it too. I'm sorry.
it's your freaking show. No apologies. Come on.
Yeah, but I did it on other people's shows, which is a no-no. Rich says plugging comes from chewing tobacco.
Rich Vibes thinks he knows the answer. There you go.
And Jamie says, I'm not seeing anything nice about plug on the web.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Viewer discretion is advised. Rich says, meaning to work energetically.
Okay, there you go. Rich has the answer. Thank you,
There it
sir.
is. And Marcus is cracking up. Marcus, you're awesome, man.
Ooh, guess what? Dinner just arrived.
Uh-oh. Before you go for dinner, Jamie just said, a shameless plug is a term often used on the internet to refer to a time when someone tried to include or plug some information that helps advance their own selfish interests. Boy, have I been guilty of that. That's a Google definition on shameless plug.
Do you remember Wayne's World where they were like, oh, putting plugs in is just awful. And they're eating like a Pizza Hut pizza. And they're holding up a Nike sneaker. And they're like, I would never sell out and do two plugs in this movie. And they put the Adidas. Anyway.
Rich says tobacco plugs are chewed energetically.
There you go.
And Jamie is not liking that definition. With her definition, as she said before. Fun. As far as my weekend, I got that pre-recorded interview that I'm doing on Sunday. Saturday, I don't have much of many plans, although I think some way, somehow, I will go celebrate the 300 pounds sometime this weekend. Or next weekend. Next weekend might be a better weekend to do it.
Go to the Pumpkin Fest.
I could. I could.
Yeah.
When would a Mr. Matt Haas be at the Pumpkin Fest?
Well, my son's going to call me in the morning when he's going to get here. But, I mean, it opens at like 10 a.m. and goes to 8 p.m. So you can't, somewhere between there. I think he usually gets here in the early afternoon. So we might be there by noon.
I might have a guest join me. So yeah. I'll ask said guest whether or not they'd be interested in going to a Pumpkin Fest. In fact, if she's listening right now, let me know. Don't tell me in the comments. Text me whether or not you want to go to a Pumpkin Fest. And I would love to go to a Pumpkin Fest with you.
Awesome. You'll have a good time. I mean, what's not to like? Vendors, food, some cheesy entertainment from local talent. Although my accountant, which is also a rock star, used to play there.
He's a rocking accountant.
He plays the drums and he shreds on the drums. And make no mistake, he is not a half arse accountant. He is he's the top of his game in the accounting world, but he tears it up on the drums.
So he's like a 1040 whiz, but also he knows how to lay the W-2. And
I wish I had a snappy analogy for that, but I just don't. But he's a cool guy. I found here's some life wisdom from Matt Haas. People,
do you have a special theme for that?
I don't know, but people who are in dry, boring professions like accounting and lawyers are the funnest freaking people on the planet, because they can't maintain that boring, self-composed nature for very long. So when they're in social situations, they are so much fun. It's true. I was at a work retreat, a corporate work retreat for management, and they take you through these stupid, and one of the classes was a presentation from the corporate lawyer, and then one was a presentation from the CFO, and I'm like, oh my God, these are going to be so dreadful. I mean, all of them were bad, but I'm like, this is just going to be awful. No, they were the best presentation. The lawyer comes out, he says, I'm such and such lead attorney for this corporate, high ranking guy, and he's like, he goes, we're going to talk about sexual harassment. He says, we're against it. It's just like, who talks like that? And then it just sort of set the tone. And same thing with the accountants. That was a lot of fun.
Anyway. Rich asks, Matt, does that mean that you're out for Sunday?
Because out for Sunday?
I don't know.
What am I doing Sunday? I'm not
no
doing
idea.
anything.
Austin's here. Welcome to the program. He's watching Squid Game.
I have no plans Sunday. Rich, why don't you come over to Pennsylvania from England and
Yeah.
you go to the Pumpkin Fest too?
Yeah. Austin's watching Squid Game. He is a big fan of the Squid Game. It's got a lot of critical acclaim. So he's a fan. And Jamie is concurring, saying, Austin, I've heard that from everyone else. I, too, have heard that from everyone else. I think the Rotten Tomatoes score for Squid Game is like 88 or 92%. Can someone go back there and let me know? I don't have anyone over there.
Yeah, that was it was. I watched Squid Game. Mm-hmm. I liked it. It was not made in Hollywood. This is a South Korean type of production. So it was absent all of the typical storytelling and social norms of the United States. It didn't have a lot of that in it, and it seems to be resonating well with the viewing audience.
How much is Squid, and this is from someone who has not seen an episode of Squid Game yet, so shame on me, but how much of that is like the old show that was on Spike TV, MXC, or Takeshi's Castle or whatnot? I heard a lot of correlations between that and Takeshi's Castle, MXC being a game show where no one's being killed.
Well, I'll tell you what. Oh, thank you, Jamie. 93 on the tomato meter. I'm not familiar with those examples that you stated. However, it is Netflix's #1 show of all categories of all time. I'm not kidding. Like, it is ranking per Netflix's statement. It is shaping up to be the most successful series on the platform ever, all categories combined.
Really?
That and it's a good show. It's not great, but it's good, and it's different. It's different because it doesn't it it's a new director, a new type. It's just, you can tell it wasn't made with American values.
Rich is a fan of Takeshi's Castle, just so daft. Yeah, Takeshi's Castle is such an incredible concept. And you've seen like how Takeshi's Castle was basically born into a lot of popular formats in the 90s and the 2000s and the 2010s. You think of the show Wipeout. You know Wipeout? Remember Wipeout on ABC, and then I think it was on a cable outlet for a little while? With the big giant balls?
Yep.
Yeah, so Takeshi's Castle is based on the same sort of format.
Oh, gotcha. Well, yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, here's a Matt Haas tip for how to extract useful information from RottenTomatoes.com. Here you go. And this is free advice to everyone out there in the Venture Forward audience. You ignore the critic ratings. Don't pay any attention to them. You only look at the audience score. Critics are bunk. It's unreliable. Don't even play with the critics, because they'll combine them together. They go, oh, this is the critics and this is the audience, and we'll combine them for this number. No. Don't look at the combined number. Don't look at the critics number. Only look at the audience score. Then you'll have a good time.
85% for Squid Game.
Austin's saying 9 episodes. I confirmed it was 8. It might be 9. Sorry. 8 sounded right, but it's probably 9. Yeah.
Well, you could think it's 8, and then when you see the 9th one, it's like, oh my god, bonus episode.
Yeah. And it's not a kids show. Like it's adult themed show. So it's an R-rated show for sure. So just go into it. Don't let little Johnny or little Susie watch it, because it's not for them. But yeah.
But little Matt, absolutely, you can let Matt watch.
Little Matt's been watching things he hasn't been supposed to been watching for a long time.
Austin says,
when I was little, I saw that it was Burnt Offerings, the scary movie. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever it's worth, it's a super tame, horror movie, like a haunting movie. But that messed me up, because I was little, like I was in grade school.
How long did you have nightmares for?
4th grade. I didn't have nightmares. It was just really freaky. Mrs. Allardyce was that weird. Anyway, I was like,
That has nothing to do with the Sound of Music song Edelweiss.
Oh, well, whatever.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
I bet you there's going to be one person, the show that's in the audience right now or on replay, that's going to start singing Edelweiss to themselves after I drop that comment.
South Park since 12. Oh, I remember South Park's been running for a long time. How many years has South Park been out?
It's got to be at least 25, no?
When I'm scrolling through the chat, like it breaks the interface on my Roku. Like it's got so many chapters. It doesn't function. I have to keep reloading the front page of South Park to get it to work properly.
Rich makes a really good point. Please don't say Little Matt anymore. That sounds like other talk. There you go. Yeah, so South Park was big when I was in college. And I was in college from 95 to 99. I think South Park premiered in 96 or 97, if memory serves. Maybe it could be as late as 99. But South Park has been around for 22 years. There we go. Thank you, Austin. I think we're on season 25 or 26. So
I remember Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Pooh. I was like, oh my God, what am I watching? This is crazy.
Anyhow.
Cartman is the best. just the best. He is so wrong. Cartman has psychological issues. He is a sociopath for sure. I remember when the school took them to the farm because the school realized kids didn't understand that their food comes from animals, and they're trying to bestow that knowledge upon them. And they're like, now we're going to the veal section, and they bust in and there's all these baby cows in cages. And Cartman goes, guys, look, they look so, and you think he's going to say they look so cute because they're little tiny baby cows, but Cartman says they look so delicious. It's like, oh, this is so wrong. So wrong.
Rich saying, screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah. And then when Cartman became a police officer, he's like, I have authority.
Authority.
It's like, I've been on the beat for 3 days now.
Austin says they kicked Mr. Hanky off and sent him to Springfield like the Simpsons. And going back to horror movies for a second, Rich said, I remember at the age of 11, watched Nightmare on Elm Street, nightmares for years. Oh, my. And then Austin screams from his laptop, respect my authority!
Oh, yeah. South Park, it's just relentless with whatever is the social issue of the day. 3 weeks later, they'll have an episode. Mm-hmm. That's how fast that team can bring something into creation. And that, even though it's computer generated, to pull that off with the script and the animation and the editing and from beginning to end, that is a huge undertaking.
That's the wonder of Stone and Parker and that entire team. It's just
Paula Alcock is here.
Paula Alcock over on Facebook. How are you? Hope you're doing well.
I know a Paula Alcock, but it's not you. I know a different one. Do you live in Pennsylvania?
Let us know in the comments.
We'll have to see if that's her. It's weird. You don't hardly run into someone with the same first and last name. It could be her. Hi, Paula.
And if it's not, nevertheless, hi. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Austin says Twitch will let me say what I want to say.
That's not a plus.
No.
I mean, I'm free speech all the way, but Twitch has many other problems. Many other problems.
Paula says I have COVID, and yes, she lives in PA.
Oh, hi, Paula. Good to see you.
Yeah, I hope you start doing okay over there, Paula. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that sucks. Hope you get through it.
Yeah.
That is not a fun experience. My wife is a respiratory therapist, and she's seen it all.
Austin now doing a test from Twitch and saying maybe it won't let me say it. I gotta say your Twitch profile very
it's on point.
Very handsome. Very. You look debonair on that Twitch profile, as generic as that is. I think that's the first time anyone referred to a generic Twitch profile as debonair. But there you go. That's what you get.
We're breaking ground here on the Venture Forward.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
My.
And then Sammy says, Austin is very trolly tonight on Twitch, LOL. That doesn't surprise me in the least. Like, I'm still trying to figure out who exactly plays the role of Sammy Superstar versus Sammy Superstar.
I know the answer because the Stream Elements tip came through, and you can see the account name with the screen name, so I know who it is. Thank you for the Stream Elements tip, Sammy Superstar. And Marcus, both Marcus and Sammy Superstar gave me a Stream Elements tip on my.
Rich says, guess LOL. And Austin says, there, I fixed it. Looks like the same profile pic, so I don't know what you fixed.
It must not be cached yet.
And
LOL, it's awesome. He gave it away.
There you go. There you go.
I don't reveal that.
We didn't say a word, and the truth have set you free, Austin. I'm glad you did it. Yeah, I'm sure you feel a lot better now. So thank you.
I have a patron who prefers not to have their real name, disclosed, and I would always say the screen name, even after the Patreon support came in, and then I was thanked later. Like, I appreciate you not revealing my name, even though I didn't ask you not to. I would prefer it not be out there. So I'm like, anyway.
Sammy is calling Sammy a tattletale. I gotta say, Tattletales was a really great game show. I was a big fan of Tattletales. Just saying it. Just throwing that out there. It had nothing to do with the comment, but Tattletales. I'm a big fan.
Motley Crue likes the business Tattletales. It's in their lyric.
I think one of
I'm gonna see them. Motley Crue 2022, baby.
When is the concert in 2022?
Let me call up my ticket. I will tell you. Wallet. Where are you at?
Where are you at? When am I going to see the crew? Let me know.
Don't see it. Okay, here we go. Oh, this still has August 11th, 2020. It didn't update.
Well, you have to go back in time to do that.
Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, Joan Jett.
That sounds like an incredible concert.
Let me see. When is the Crue concert in Hershey? Dun, 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 dun.
Paul is yelling Poison.
July 20, 2021. And I think that is a Wednesday. Wednesday, July 20th, 2021. Matt Haas, Motley Crue, and Poison. Whenever I would see cover bands out in the local area, if a cover band did both Poison and Motley Crue in the same night, instantly my favorite cover band. That doesn't happen all the time. Yeah. Any songs for Sunday? Rich, I want extra funkified remixes of 70s and 80s music.
You know what? If you could funkify, I'm going to throw one at you. Really good. You could say, John, I hate you. But if you could funkify some of the best of Gordon Lightfoot, that would be really good. A little sundown funkified.
Corn. He's talking about, Austin's talking about Corn.
Corn and Stained.
Corn is, they're hardcore. I saw, oh my God. I don't know if I told you this. I saw Marilyn Manson in concert. That show is not for the faint of heart at all. Thank the Lord I was over 21 at the time. I wasn't too much older than 21. And we were allowed up on the mezzanine with only the 21 kids. And down below was all age. And it was a hellscape down there. And not only in the audience was it crazy, but the on stage antics were crazy. And I kid you not, it was about 6 or 7 months before the Sweet Dreams remake came out from Marilyn Manson. He just starts singing Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams, and we're like, this sounds like Annie Lennox. This can't be Annie Lennox. And it was. We saw it before anyone heard it. It was crazy. Crazy town.
Good evening, Steve, over on YouTube. How are you tonight? And Jamie says, I've seen Manson, haha, crazy stuff. So is Rob Zombie.
Yeah. I never saw Zombie in concert, although great band, Rob Zombie. He can bring it. I also like, now this band isn't around anymore because some have passed away, but Type O Negative.
Type O Negative.
Type O Negative was a very dark metal band, and saw them more than once in concert. And do you want to hear a funny story?
Go for it.
So we go to see Type O Negative. I think it was in Lancaster, and I was young. I must have been 21, maybe 22. I had just legal drinking age. I was broke. I didn't have any money. I had enough money to put gas in the car, and I had a handful of dollars, and that was it. And I had my ticket to get in. We went down. We got there early, so we go to a restaurant, and we're like, we're just going to kill some time here. And I got a beer, and I had change left over. That's it. That's all I had, enough for the beer that I bought myself, and that was it. And then here comes Type O Negative. They come in the bar. Actually, they were there. We didn't see them, but they started walking out when we were there. Like, oh my God, there's Type O Negative. And I said, Peter, because that's the lead singer's front. And he turned around and looked at me, and I said, oh shit, what do I say now? And the guy is over 6 foot tall. I mean, he's a menacing character.
So he's got the height differential on you.
So he looks right at me, and I was like, let me buy you a beer. And I have no money to my name whatsoever. And he says, thanks, man. Got to get to the show. I was like, we'll see you there. And then I was like, oh, my God. And then he left. I was like, I don't know what I would have done. I was like, would you guys have covered me? Looking at my best friends in the world are with me. I was like 3 other guys. We were the crew. We were best. I'm like, F no, Matt. We wouldn't have given you money. We wouldn't see you sweat. I'm like, you a-holes. I'm like, why wouldn't you have spotted me the money first?
What would Matt do for that? That's it. Let us know in the comments.
And they would. I know it. Like if he'd have took me up on that, they would not have given me it, even though they had the money. Anyway.
I just realized maybe 3 minutes a little too late that Steve Holt is an LSP joke. So I forgot about that. There was a time where we were getting Lori and Callie and talking about Steve Holt. So Steve Holt is, I don't know who's playing the role of Steve Holt. Maybe the announcer could tell us the role of Steve Holt tonight is being played by. Let us know.
Ozzy. They're talking about Ozzy in the chapter.
Yeah, so Ozzy, so Jamie says, I know Austin Ozzy has been scheduled to tour here and canceled every time for like 5 years. Haha, he's getting old. How old is Ozzy?
I saw Ozzy in concert, and I got a fun Ozzy story too if you want to hear it.
Bring it on.
So it was a huge venue. It was a big stadium venue, and they were playing video footage before the show, before the show, just weird stuff and just whatever. And then so Ozzy was in some of the clips. I was like, this is really cool. And then they zoom up on this girl sitting on a park bench. And like, oh, what's that? And then zoom up close, sitting there. And they're like, oh my God, it's Madonna. They have Madonna on the screen. And she's like, talking about this and talking about this. Yep. Tuck. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then the camera pans out and you see a man's shoulder next to her. And she's talking. This is when Madonna was at the top. Like, you must be my lucky star. Like all her, like she was on top of the world. And it pulls, and Ozzy's sitting next to her on the park bench. And Ozzy turns and looks at her and says, shut the fuck up. But it was really Madonna. It was really, I was like, wow, that's a cool pre-show type of video just to kind of set the mood. I don't know. It was fun.
Rich telling us that Gordon Lightfoot will be on the show on Sunday. Thank you, Rich. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Now, bonus assignment for you. If you can isolate Matt with the talking to go with Gordon Lightfoot, Even better. Even better.
Ozzy. I like Ozzy. Ozzy's crazy. You know, he taught. I know he had health problems, and the speech isn't always perfect with Ozzy, but you can tell he's all there. Like, he's not absent-minded. He just has some communication issues, because he was on not Colbert, a Jon Stewart show, and he was interviewing him, and John made a remark, and about this went better than I thought, and like he said something like you really did good on this interview, and Ozzy said, well, what did you expect? And he said, someone broken. Like, he was like legit telling Ozzy and the world, like, I expected, reading between the lines, like, you not to kind of be all there. And he's
I think Austin's trying to join us. I don't know. I could trust his internet connection, but we'll give this a shot. Hey, Austin, hang on 1 second. Let's do this. There's me. There's Matt. There's Austin. I don't know why it came up like that. That's better. Hey, Austin, how are you? And you're muted in the sound level, so if you, let me see if I could fix that. I think it's on your side, dude. Oh, it's on both of your sides. I'm sorry. Now talk, because, you know, first time live streaming. Yeah, I can see you.
Welcome to VF Talks, Austin. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Hey, never
doing all right,
my friend. So what's
you
new
can
and
tell I'm a
exciting
professional
with you,
streamer by
Austin?
you doing this on my phone.
Your corn comment before was funny. I gotta bring that up because I don't think I brought it. But where was it? There it is.
What concert have you been to that you really like, Austin?
I've not been to a concert, but I've really wanted to go.
Understand?
I mean, as a Hoosier, of course I like corn. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Austin is
because I've got 3 cornfields around me.
Also, Rich says, I don't want to be accused of plugging show, but Matt can give you JV the details, so we can, yeah.
About Rich's show?
Yeah.
On what's it called? Mixcloud? What's the platform you're on? Yeah, go check him out over there. He does copyrighted music. He does commercial music in a DJ set on Sunday. I think it's from 2 p.m. Eastern to 4. So it's a lot, and if he has the song in his catalog, he'll play it for you. Check it out. Mixcloud. Mix something.
And Sammy says Austin is rocking the merch.
Yeah. I sure am.
There you go.
Right.
Streaming superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta represent.
Let me go get the hat. Hang on, let me go grab the hat.
No shortage of merch from Austin.
No shortage of merch.
Actually, all this was free. Sammy gave it to me for free.
Oh, Rich confirmed. Mixcloud. I hope I was saying that right.
Now I'm rocking that merch.
There you go.
Oh, that's a cool cat. I like that cat.
It is. I really like it. And what's really cool is I have it sitting right next to Callie's.
Great.
That's loyalty. That is loyalty.
Mm-hmm. Now I need to get some LSP merch.
Sammy says he works for me, so I had to send it for free.
I mean, you didn't have to.
But he did.
Is Sammy a good boss?
Sammy's a very good boss.
How are the benefits?
I mean, they're great if they had benefits.
Oh. Wah, wah.
I don't get
startup,
no insurance. There's no.
No 401k.
But I get to work with Sammy.
Oh, okay.
So that's a benefit, right?
Sammy's giving you the okay to tell him the story. So tell us the story.
What story?
I have no idea, but Sammy says tell them the story. So you're going to tell us a story,
Um,
apparently.
I mean, I do have a story, but it's my dad's story technically about his time at Ozfest.
Ooh. Cool. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I get a 5-minute lunch break. That's
5 minute
exactly
lunch
what it is.
break.
Okay, but so he was at Ozfest. He's been to many Ozfests because Ozzy came to Indiana quite a few times, and but this one time he had gotten lawn seats or yard seats or what, I don't know what they're called. I think they're yard seats or lawn seats,
Mm.
and um, in this yard lawn, they had just like the patches of grass. They didn't have like actual grass. It was like the rolls, and they were doing a mosh. They had a mosh. They had an actual mosh pit, but they also had a mosh pit in the lawn, and a bunch of them, while rocking out to Ozzy, picked up some of the ripped up some of the pieces of lawn and threw them into the crowd.
Could you imagine listening to Ozzy in the crowd and getting whacked by a clump of mud?
That sounds about right.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about right. That's, yeah, wow. Wow.
That's what we would do when the guys would put the girls up on their shoulders and they would block the view. You'd take a clump of grass and you'd throw it at the girls. After a while, if you think you're going to watch the whole damn concert on someone's shoulders, people don't play.
That was back when Maynard James Keenan, the lead singer of Tool, was still doing tours.
You think about concerts like that, though. I mean, that sort of horseplay is common. You think about, a grassy field, general, festival seating? Festival seating, I think is the term for it. It does stand a chance for that sort of shenanigans of taking place.
Mm-hmm. Especially post-COVID. Or pre-COVID, not
Pre-COVID.
post-COVID, pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. Certainly not post-COVID.
No, post-COVID, no. That's a no-no.
Hey, Austin, while I have you on, do you have, how do you feel about physical fitness and nutritional health? Because on Sunday, see, I got the plug in. If you have any questions for Stephanie Phillips on personal training or nutritional health, please send it to theventureforward@gmail.com. Again, theventureforward@gmail.com by Sunday, and we will discuss them. I will be interviewing her, I believe, at 11:30 Sunday morning. So please, if you have any questions, send them to me. The episode will air next Thursday, and she can be reached at songwriterstephaniephillips.com. Again, songwriterstephaniephillips.com, and can be reached on Instagram at songwriterstephaniephillips. Plug.
Awesome.
That was great, actually. That was a wonderful way to plug.
I'm trying to get good at these, and I know they're annoying, and I know I've been ribbed about this over the last year and a half, but I'm trying to get better with the plugs. I really am.
No, everybody needs them. Even I plug.
Yeah. My suggestion is
I need to be as good as you.
Don't talk about the plug after you plugged it. Just plug it and move on.
Plug and move on.
Same thing with segues. If you ever fall into an awesome way to segue from one topic to the other, don't say how awesome the segue is. It's an unspoken rule.
Unless you're talking about all things awesome.
Well, then maybe so.
Yeah.
Unless you have that specific use case.
Matt,
But everything is awesome.
You're on at 7:00 on Mondays, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I pop up randomly Monday through Friday on Awesome Fun Things, where I talk about anything I want to talk about. So subscribe and ring the bell over on Awesome Fun Things if you want to get notified of my random streams.
All things YouTube, Mondays at 7, and then various times during the week on Awesome Fun Things.
It's usually in the morning. It's usually around 8:15 in the morning, Monday through Friday. But this Friday,
So maybe
I didn't do it because I got my haircut.
Hey, your haircut looks great, by the way. Jamie says, #plug. I don't find it annoying. Haha.
Yeah.
maybe I'm a fake fan, but I don't think I'm subscribed to Awesome Fun Things.
It's a very obscure channel. So, I mean, definitely only do it if you want to do it, because it is a grab bag of just miscellaneous topics. But
A cornucopia, if you will.
well, I'm having fun with because my whole career has been very highly produced videos and very structured live streams. I want the high end, good. This is what I'm trying to do. On Awesome Fun Things, I'm a little more relaxed. Turn the camera on, hit the go button. It's a little more. Not that it's bad. It's just different. It's more personal. So I'm trying it out.
It's more like an IRL. It's more like an IRL stream, but not really being an IRL stream.
It's an IRL stream in my office mostly. Unless, and can you on the mobile phone stream through Restream? I don't know if you can do that.
See, I wanted to try that, actually. That was something Sammy and I have been talking about trying for me, is using Restream through the phone.
Because if I'm out and about, I can get through the YouTube app and go right to YouTube. But I want to go, when I'm out and about, to YouTube and to Facebook at the same time. But I haven't quite figured that out.
Sammy says you can stream with Restream, and he says yes.
Oh, well, there you go.
When others say no, Sammy says yes.
One of the things I like to do on my random Awesome Fun Things show is sometimes talk about my lawn, because I don't want to talk myself up, but it's freaking spectacular. Let's show that off. But it's hard to do it because I don't have my Sony and my desktop outside. Blah, 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 blah. I could just do it from the phone.
Matt, you do have a very impressive lawn.
Yeah. With all the rain we're getting.
From what I saw during Lita, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice.
It's like carpet. It is green. It's dark green. There's not a weed in it, and it is like chef's kiss.
And you can putt off of it. It's fantastic.
Well, it's not that type of grass. It's tall type fescue. But anyway.
Oh, is it the type of grass that you smoke?
No. Not if you want to get hot. I'm sure you could. Not that you want to.
My grandpa has insomnia, so he'll get up in the middle of the night, walk outside, and just water his lawn. And it's greener than everybody else's around.
Good on him.
It's amazing what boredom will produce. The most wonderful lawns.
I have to, when my son's dog is here.
Ingy likes a nice edge. Ingy over on YouTube, how you doing tonight? Ingy likes a nice edge.
Everywhere my son dog pees in the yard, 3 days later it goes brown. She must have like acidic pee, so I get the watering can and I water the brown spots to try and make it come back. Look like an idiot out there with a watering can on the freaking lawn. It's not like I'm watering flowers. It's like the lawn. This is this weird spot. My neighbors must think I'm nuts. I don't know.
You go pH test your dog's pee? Can we talk that on the next show?
Well, it's my grand dog. It's not my dog.
Okay.
Can you believe that? I have now in my vocabulary, grand dog.
Grand dog.
You know what? I see it. Yeah.
Are you shooting for a pH of 7? I mean, what sort of is acceptable pH level on a grand dog pee? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, she's the most high-strung dog. It's like unlimited energy this dog has. Like, it never gets turned off. Like, just relax. Just relax for a hot minute. No, she's going every which way, running around.
Yep.
We love her. She's great. I love her to death. So personable. It's like, of course, dogs can't talk, but if it would talk, this is what it would say. It would go up to you. It would say,
Jamie's called a pH of 4.
There we go.
Perfect.
The dog would say, like, I don't know who you are. I just met you, but I love you. Like, that's what the dog would be saying if it could talk. Anyway, it's a spaz dog. She's a spaz.
So you get the testing strips, and then you put it... Never mind. Just never mind. But then you can also you can figure out whether or not your dog is in ketosis. So if your dog's ketoing, that's great too.
I don't think those keto strips they don't remain accurate. I think after they're exposed to air long enough, they don't work anymore.
That's the veterinarian term for that too, right? Exactly.
My sister-in-law is a vet.
My sister said that when she grew up, she wanted to be a vegetarian. She meant veterinarian, but she always said vegetarian.
There you go.
Love that.
That's funny. All right.
You know, I'm thinking about what does that mean around here? Would I ever pH test Bruce's or Stevie's or OJ's piss? Like, is there a different protocol for cat piss?
Dude,
I can't believe we're still going down this road.
I don't know where you're going with this.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Jamie, let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Get Austin on here for the first time, or you start talking about this topic.
Yeah. I came on to talk about music because you guys were talking about music.
Yeah, we were talking about music. This is the problem with the show. It can go off the rails at any moment.
That's right. And we like that. We like that here.
As JV said, and how I continue to say, you get on tangents and secants and cotangents.
Right. And then you can figure out the sine, the cosine, all of that.
What music do your animals like, Austin?
Do my animals like?
Yeah, so I had to tie it in. See, I talked about the segue. You're not supposed to talk about the segue.
Brilliant. It was brilliant nevertheless. He broke the rules, but it worked.
It was brilliant. But it was a very awkward question that I don't think I can answer.
Okay.
Jamie says, "Oh, not specialized in cat pee." She says, "Haha, oh my god." And Rich is all about the music.
Yeah, he is. What's Rich Vibe's favorite band? That's what I want to know. Now,
what does Rich Vibes vibe to?
What's your favorite band, Austin?
It's my favorite band.
Captain Tennille.
I would have.
No.
John and I answered this in a previous show, but we want to know your favorite band.
I'd have to say Shinedown. I think Shinedown's one of my favorites.
Shinedown's good. Shinedown, that's not a bad pick at all. I'm appreciative of Shinedown for sure. I think of all time, it wouldn't.
Favorite song.
Yeah.
If you asked me what my favorite song was, I couldn't tell you.
2001 is when they started. Is that right? Shinedown.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Second Chance, right? Was their number one hit? One of them, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie has seen Shinedown 4 times.
You've seen Shinedown? They've been here quite a few times, and I haven't been.
Yeah, good deal.
Good deal. And Jamie also says Crow and the Butterfly is up there. As far as
Crow and the Butterfly is so good. Oh. Let's go see. I got a couple CDs down here. Well, technically, my dad has a couple CDs, but.
Ingy asks, "What's Shinedown?" They're a great band, and definitely take a look out on YouTube or wherever. Go toward their discography. They're pretty decent.
Well, there's quite a bit down here. I haven't been down here in a while. Because I don't listen to CDs anymore.
See, I had the Record Club of America CD operation going where I would have multiple accounts.
Did you paste the penny on the postcard?
Unfortunately, yes.
Hey, Austin, we're old. No, go on.
And you get 10 free CDs for signing up someone new, but the someone new was myself under my alias.
That's right.
I told you about that, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah. I thought I was pulling one over on the system.
I got stuck in one of those Songs of the 70s deals with Time Life and ended up paying up a lot more than I needed to. And that was my college age problem.
Too many favorite artists to mention, says Rich Vibes.
So many genres of music, from Latin to rock to dance.
Oh, Ingy did the CD club too. Yeah. Oh man, that was good times.
Very good indeed, Jamie. Very good indeed.
I had so many CDs, I had trouble picking them out in the catalog. Like, oh man, you got to pick 15 of them. My God, I don't know what to pick.
No idea.
I had a killer stereo too, man. Oh,
What kind of stereo did you have?
I think it was a Yamaha.
Yamaha.
And it was it was one of those big all-in-one kits. So I had the radio, CD player, the double tape deck, and the big amp, and the big ass stage speakers. Man, it could knock the walls. And I had that forever too.
Where did just to go down memory lane, where did you acquire such a wonderful sound system?
I think it may have been J.C. Penney. It may have been Best.
The place where the buys are best? That place? Or maybe a city where there's circuits.
It was before Circuit City.
Okay.
This was when I just had a taste of money. I'm like, what do I want? I want to buy the biggest stereo that there is. And it was...
Sammy needs some help, by the way. LOL.
We all do, Sammy. We all do.
Yeah.
You guys don't hear whipped cream, do you?
What, Austin? I didn't hear that.
You guys don't hear whipped cream, do you? That's what I like to call it, because sometimes when I'm in my room, it just has a whipped cream sound.
Oh. There was a little background noise. I don't hear it anymore.
Rich says, anyway, it's nearly 1 a.m. and he has work in the morning, plus he has to get some funkified 70s and 80s tracks for Sunday. Rich, thank you for joining us this morning, this early morning over by you, and I'll hope to catch your stuff over the weekend, and you're awesome. Appreciate you, Rich.
John, I think I'm going to bow out too. I've got dinner downstairs for me, so I want to...
What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put a giant bow on this. I'll put in one more plug for the interview I'm doing on Sunday, and then we will call it a day.
Austin, thanks for joining.
Austin, thank you for joining us.
On camera with you.
And Matt, thank you as always for joining us. Thank you for the interview yesterday. You were fantastic, and thank you as always for your wonderful work here on this wonderful show called VF Talks.
I apologize for bringing down your content, John.
Oh, you did not. You did not. Stop it.
No, when I came in, that's when that happened. That's when.
No, you guys are great.
All right, good night, everyone.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. All right, so I'll go back to single here and talk about a thing that I'm doing on Sunday for one more time over here. I'll try to get because again, we just do these things. And that's the 2-panel, John. I want the 1-panel. Where am I? There we go. That's fine. So Sunday, I am doing an interview with Stephanie Phillips. She is a personal trainer in the Westchester area, and she has quite a lot to say about personal health by physical fitness. So she's a trainer, but also nutritional health. And she's also a songwriter on the side. She's an incredible songwriter and an incredible personality. I'm looking forward to that interview Sunday morning, which will air on Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. But I am taping or recording the interview Sunday at 11:30. So if you have any questions about personal training, nutritional health, or the mind-body connection, send those questions to theventureforward@gmail.com. Once again, theventureforward@gmail.com, and we'll discuss them. And as I said, the episode will air on Thursday. She could be reached at songwriterstephaniephillips.com. Again, songwriterstephaniephillips.com. And she could be reached on Instagram. Her incredible work is on Instagram at songwriter Stephanie Phillips. So it should be a very good conversation for sure. And then a bit of preview for next week, Tuesday. I'm going to preview what that O-Service infusion is going to be on Thursday, because I go for my third infusion, but this is my second full infusion for Ostravis, which is a disease-modifying treatment for multiple sclerosis. So we'll talk about exactly what Ostravis is, what it's supposed to do as far as targeting B cells and the CD20 marker of the B cells. We'll talk about that. I'll preview what's going to go on Thursday, because not only am I going for an Ostravis infusion, but I am going for the next MRI as well. So we'll see how the disease is progressing. Hopefully everything has remained calm and that there's no new lesions or the lesions haven't ramped up. So fingers crossed on that. So Thursday will be the Stephanie interview. And then next Friday, we will be back here at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific for another episode of VF Talks, where we talk about anything and everything as evident by this wonderful conversation tonight. Once again, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Austin. And thank you all of you that joined us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. But until next time, I'm going to say the same thing I say at the end of every Venture Forward in VF Talks. Stay safe, stay sane, stay strong, stay sober. You're worth it. Have a great night, have a great weekend, and I'll see you Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific for the next episode of the Venture Forward. Good night.
Heading to Vegas in my blue stripe car. She's riding shotgun and she looks like a star. Yeah, she's got the style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. Gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart. The sky is blue, I got the sun in my eyes. It can't get better than when she makes that smile. Yeah, she's got that style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She's turning up the volume on the radio.